Welcome to the Two Boots Word Vault podcast. Whenever we start a Zoom session with our friends with the mythopoetic community, The Fifth Direction, Walton Stanley or I begin with a poem. Whenever the session ends, we also do so with a poem. Here is Walton reading the work of Robert Bly, Shakespeare, Whitman, the Métis poet Gregory Schofield, and the Norwegian Olaf Hauge.
I will drop a little poem here. This is from Robert Bly's anthology of selected poems, Stealing Sugar from the Castle. It's called Wanting Sumptuous Heaven. No one grumbles among the oyster clans, and the lobsters play their bone guitars all summer. Only we, with our opposable thumbs, want heaven to be and God to come again. There is no end to our grumbling. We want comfortable earth and sumptuous heaven. But the heron, standing on one leg in the bog, drinks his dark rum all day and is content. This is another Robert Bly poem. As we've mentioned Robert's name from the same book. This is the Dingy Playing Cards. Friends, it's time to give up our hope for rapture. Saucers will not carry us away. Raskolnikov had to depend on the police to help him sleep. Raskolnikov is the lead character in Crime and Punishment. He's a serial murderer, really. Our soul loves the dingy cards that have been dealt to the ne'er-do-wells. The old men put the old queens down with their smoke-stained fingers. In the Cirque du Soleil, when the acrobats sweep out over the crowd, babies are being born who know much more than we ever did. The yellow teeth of old jackrabbits explains a lot about the shortage of mercy. The caterpillar's walk reminds us of the Mongols galloping toward Korakon. After the funeral, once they are safe, the dead begin to miss losing at cards. We know what Cain and Abel want to meet each other again on the plowed field. Robert, there's not a single humiliation we could have done without. I love that line. Robert, there's not a single humiliation we could have done without. We are still perched on a pole. What will happen to us depends a lot on the wind. And so I thought I'd start us off with a wee taste of Shakespeare. Not a poem, actually, prose, but Shakespeare's language is so poetic and his use of sound so marvelous. There's a great book on Shakespeare by the British poet Ted Hughes called Shakespeare and Goddess of Complete Being. Wonderful boar's head on that cover. Hughes's sort of basic premise is that the complete works of Shakespeare can be looked at as a kind of ritual process of working out what he calls the tragic equation, or what we might call kind of an alchemical process, really. Shakespeare was around at the same time and traveled in some of the same circles as Giacomo Bruno, the alchemist, who was in England. They may have met, they may not have, but Shakespeare definitely knew people that knew Bruno personally, and I think his work was influenced by it. I'm going to give you a little piece of the Tempest, which is a play that really ends, according to Hughes, it really resolves the tragic equation. And in The Tempest, of course, there's kind of an alchemist wizard who has been exiled. His brother has betrayed him and taken over the dukedom, taken over, in a sense, the psychic kingdom. Again, like the kind of egoistic side has taken over. Finally, the rightful duke, Prospero, gets enough energy together to actually manipulate the spirits to create a tempest to bring his brother and the king and a bunch of other people to the island where he he overcomes them and reclaims essentially the dukedom. And it's essentially the story of the soul taking its rightful place as master of the life. And this is from Act 4. And Prospero has just created a kind of play for this young man who is now betrothed to Prospero's daughter. And all these like Greek gods and goddesses show up and do things there. And of course, the play is all created by spirits, and they disappear, and the young man, of course, reacts to that. So here's the speech. You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. I thought I would end with reading a little Whitman, a little of his preface from to the Leaves of Grass. This is what you shall do. Love the earth and sun and the animals, despise riches, give alms to everyone that asks, stand up for the stupid and crazy, devote your income and labor to others, hate tyrants, argue not concerning God, have patience and indulgence toward the people. Take off your hat to nothing known or unknown, or to any man or number of men. Go freely with powerful, uneducated persons, and with the young, and with the mothers of families. Read these leaves in the open air every season of every year of your life. Re-examine all you have been told at school or church or in any book. Dismiss whatever insults your own soul, and your very flesh shall be a great poem, and have the richest fluency not only in its words, but in the silent lines of its lips and face, and between the lashes of your eyes, and in every motion and joint of your body. I went and looked up a Métis poet. This is from a poet named Gregory Schofield from his book, The Gathering, Stones for the Medicine Wheel. And this is just called What a Way to Go. Middle of the month, we're so hard-pressed, hunting through every pocket, hoping I stashed a little something away. Teasing gum wrappers show up. My lucky prize jingling deep down between the lining. Escaped coins just frustrate. What is Her Majesty doing for supper tonight? Fry bread sounds good. We might have moose if we were bush Indians, but our appetite is city cuisine. Back home, our elders have ancient taste buds. Wintertime, they stock up long-distance hunting stories, confirm who's a good grandson, staying put, keeping freezers filled. Coming together to feast, it all seems so simple, taking from the land and being thankful. In the city, we hunt each other, looking to borrow some flour, sugar, tea, just enough to get by to the end of the month. That little arbor, this poem relates to that kind of work, that little arbor of gratitude, of making a little ritual house, if you will. So this is Olav Hagi. It's called Leaf Huts and Snow Houses. These poems don't amount to much, just some words thrown together at random. And still, to me, there's something good in making them. It's as if I have in them, for a little while, a little house. I think of playhouses, made of branches we built when we were children, to crawl into them, sit listening to the rain in a wild place alone, feel the drops of rain on your nose and in your hair. Or snow houses at Christmas, crawl in and close it after with a sack, light a candle, be there through the long, chill evenings. I wanted to share that and the idea of little ritual houses, but sometimes those things have power beyond what they might appear to have on the surface.